Hey, it's me. In this message, I want to talk about grace. Grace not as a prize handed out for reasons we can't understand, but as the quiet fact that holds everything together. Long ago, people spoke of grace as something given or withheld. Today, we're going to speak more about self-responsibility because we can see how our choices shape our days. So, where does grace fit now? How does it fit into our lives? It's not gone. Grace is here with self-responsibility. The ground of life is kind. No matter how dark a moment looks, the deeper movement of life bends toward healing. When we meet what hurts and learn from it, we come back to love, truth, peace, deep pleasure, and steady joy. This is what grace means. We live inside it. The air is thick with it. Every level of life, from the most subtle to the most solid, is soaked in grace. The laws that hold the universe are built with care. In that reality, there's nothing to fear, even when fear rises in us. The trouble is not a lack of grace. The trouble is how we see. Old pain, tight beliefs, and habits can feel like iron walls that shut us out. In truth, they're more like mist. They thin out when we shift our view and begin to soften the patterns that close us. There's a simple test here that you can do that may help. When you feel clear, hopeful, and at ease with life, know that you are sensing grace. When you feel tense, afraid, or at war within yourself or with others, know that you have stepped out of truth for a while. In those moments, try to remember this key. Say to yourself, if I feel this much fear, then it means I'm not seeing the whole picture yet. The grace I need is already here. I'm just turned away from it. Many of us wait for grace or faith as if they must be added from the outside. We see ourselves as empty cups that need filling. And it's that idea that keeps us chasing what we already have. Becoming is not about becoming someone new. It's the slow release of what is already inside you. Parts of you live in a wider reality and want to come through. Your task is to let them land here. When you picture it that way, the process eases. You can begin to release your built-in awareness of grace. You can release the faith that knows we live in a tender universe shaped by personal care. Nothing to fear. As you hold that picture, new responses show up, and they might surprise you. They feel right. Of course, then the question comes up, well, what blocks this release? I think the first thing is that we don't know we already have it. So we start by planting a simple idea in our mind. What if the universe is safe? What if I am held? What if I let that be true just for today? Just for this moment? That small step makes it easier to loosen doubt and risk trust. At that point, another law comes alive. giving and receiving as one movement. When the heart closes and holds back, the flow stops. We can't take in what surrounds us. Life looks poor and empty, inside and out. We hoard ourselves, we grip what we have. That choice confirms our fear and keeps us small. Yet when we take the risk to give from the heart without bargaining, the locked gear shifts. We begin to see the richness that has always been here. We reach for it, it reaches back. The more we receive, the more we can give. And the more we give, the more able we are to receive. And at some point, the difference between the two fades altogether. There's another obstacle when it comes to grace that's easy to miss. And it's the habit of building on deficit. Inside, this looks like laying positive talk over hidden beliefs that say you're unlovable, wrong, or cut off. It looks like defending against a world you secretly expect to hurt you. Building on deficit can seem to work for a while, kind of like a pretty house on sand. Inevitably, it cracks, and we blame anything but the ground we chose. So the work is to bring the deficit to light. Name the guilt, the schemes, the pleasing, the pretense. Let the shell drop. There can be shame in that. There can be fear. It passes. What seemed like inner bankruptcy is only the clearing before new order. Once you stop building on deficit, real wealth starts to show. This inner process often mirrors money and work. Many of us live beyond our means because we feel poor inside. We cover one hole with another. Anxiety grows. Creating order here matters. Give your best to what you do. Learn to live on assets, not on debt. Even simple budget work can echo the inner path. It's the same pattern, the same honesty. What happens in one soul plays out in the larger world too. When a government runs on deficit, hides, schemes, or serves greed and power, crisis inevitably follows. New forms may come in with good intent, but if the inner meaning is lost, the same deficit appears again, just in a new outfit. Lasting change asks for clean motives and real contact with God. Faith gives the courage to face what is off and rebuild on truth and fairness. Then public life can also run on assets. Giving and receiving can move in balance. Countries can share resources rather than hoard them. The way the earth holds its gifts in different places invites us to share. It teaches mutual care. These same principles belong in any living community. So keep asking when the individual is called to give more to the whole, and when the whole is ready to give more back. Live within your means. Set clear priorities. Some seasons may include short-term deficit while you move toward solid ground, but the aim is always a base of assets. For a time, some people will carry more. They're not going to be harmed by it. Often they find more abundance follows their giving. When someone steps into a role of caring for others, there's a season of giving before much comes back. If that step is skipped, health suffers, both spiritual and material. You can see this in caregivers. With this outlook, the quiet worry many of us feel begins to ease. Do the inner work that ends the deficit pattern. Do the outer work that brings order to money and plans. In time, there is enough to help those who are starting out until they can stand on their own too. And all of this is more than advice. It's pointing to a law that runs through life. Remove what keeps you from sensing ever-present grace. Let faith rise from lived experience, not from wishful thinking. None of us does this perfectly. We do it step by step, and that is enough. Love you. Connect soon.